Welcome back to Couple of Games, and welcome back to the surprise second episode of Kerbal Space Program.
Chaos P!
This is... So there's good news and bad news for this. The good news being, I don't entirely suck anymore.
She still sucks.
Oh.
She's just too scared to admit it.
You're not entirely wrong.
Damn
I'm
it,
building...
you heard me.
I'm building a rocket that will get us into suborbital flight here.
You need to get to Mun.
I'm not going to get to the Mun today. The goal eventually is to get to the Mun, yes.
That was a burp.
Nice.
Holy shit!
So I've been playing a buttload of this game since we last left you guys with this.
Ivy also found out that there are a buttload of
Mods.
mod stuff. Like, there's a giant modding community for this game.
Well, not giant. It's not Minecraft big. It's pretty good, though.
It's giant for something not Minecraft.
You're not wrong.
And so she's got this coding modification on that allows her to just, like, tap in a bunch of code and she doesn't have to actually steer or, like,
I'll show
press
you
any
guys.
buttons or shit.
So this is my current dicking around code. I call it Trial Chaos. There's a whole bunch of stuff that this is doing. A lot of it you don't need to understand or pay too much attention to. When I write this code, it is high enough level that you should be able to follow. I will explain some of the more complicated stuff that I'm doing, though.
And if she's just scribbling away, I'm gonna call it scribbling away because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
We will fast forward it.
Yeah. If things go sideways,
If you want to watch her actually code,
I will.
we will post the full audio and the regular speed on our Patreon.
No, actually, I think I'll do a tutorial.
No, I want that to be Patreon content.
I will still do a KSP quick. I'll do my straight launch Logix file
but I'll still
tutorial.
do, like,
Yep.
if you make a new
We'll do
launch,
some
it'll
stuff.
go on. The original file will go on our Patreon.
All right, so we're gonna launch in 3, 2, 1, liftoff. This is using liquid fuel, which is what all these fuel tanks do.
Why are you not using the
What?
the
Oh,
thing?
I don't have it yet. I have to unlock a piece to put computer parts on the thing.
Oh!
So I'm trying to get research right now so I can do
It's not
that.
an automatic thing.
No.
That makes this so much better, actually.
Yeah, so I actually have to get good enough, like be good enough. Blood pressure data? Thank God I can get some science. So we're gonna go and hope to God.
Burn! Ah!
Ow. That's not what I wanted at all. Can I? Okay, well that's what we're gonna deal with until we can figure out
You're
what happens.
flying up.
Yeah, so...
But first...
So we're gonna wait until we get to the apoptosis, the apiopus. That's the furthest point away from the center of mass at which you are orbiting. We're not orbiting, so it's really confusing and really weird. Don't ask.
Are
Just-
you not at that point? Oh, no, you're not.
No,
Okay.
I'm not. I'm well away from that point.
Not that far.
A decent away. We're gonna speed up just a touch in-game. They advise you against doing this a lot because the physics is actually tied in with the time.
Oh.
So if you're moving 4 times faster in time, you... Okay, so sorry, I have to do this. I have to readjust my entry position just slightly. Otherwise, we can potentially blow up. Cool. Alright. I'm hoping that we got enough research off of that. We probably didn't. So that I can unlock the thing so that we can start scripting our shit, because I cannot fly a rocket ship to save my life, but I can apparently script a rocket ship to do okay-ish.
SAFS. Save our asses.
It stands for... It actually has its own thing. I don't remember what it is. Stability Assist System. I don't... Yeah.
Should stand for something,
No, it's...
snarky.
Its other known name is the Nausea Reducing System. Although that doesn't fit with SAS, but...
It should be something snarky.
I know, but KSP just isn't really that style?
No. Like, if it were real,
Oh, yeah.
it should stand for something snarky.
Yeah. Alright, so we're hitting about 5,000 meters, so I'm gonna actually activate the chute here. We didn't quite get suborbital, which is disappointing, but also understandable. I didn't really
It's
have
KSP.
the rocket fuel to do that. Come on. Crap. Come on. Catch. There we go. Okay, caught around 500. It catches just before 500 meters, which is always the most terrifying.
Did you know that if it doesn't catch before 200 meters, you hit the ground at enough speed to turn into a pancake?
Yes. I've exploded many rockets because it has an
Do you know
open
where I
fast
learned
enough.
that from?
No.
I learned it from Kingsman.
Ah.
The movie Kingsman.
Yeah, not surprised. Sorry, I'm moving this over to the new notepad.
Because they went on a mission
Yeah.
where there were 6 of them, and the guy told them as they're jumping from the plane, there's only 5 parachutes.
Okay.
You have to find out which one of you doesn't have a working parachute, because I don't know. Well, I'm not willing to tell you. This is
Okay.
your test. Meanwhile,
Touchdown.
all of them had working parachutes. He wasn't willing to,
Lose any of them. Gabby's right. So the cog symbol almost perfectly lines up with that. Oh, that's disappointing. All right, let's see if we have anything from R&D.
Touch, but we spent 20 minutes
Yeah.
fucking with it.
So I need to get this one. The CX4181 scriptable control system. That is the piece that lets me script.
Do you have enough for it?
No, I need 45 and not 31. So we're getting close.
So
Getting
you need
close.
more science.
We need more science. We're gonna send another science. But to do that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna delete this and that, and we're gonna add more fuel. Let's add that much more fuel. And
Jesus
add
H.
another rocket body. And do I have the? I do have side decouplers. Cool. So we're gonna do.
Shouldn't you
Crap.
Shouldn't you have legs?
Nope. Don't need legs. Legs are useless. I'm gonna put the hammer on it. Hammer's on it.
What the fuck does that do?
You'll see in a minute. Decoupler, parachute, that's good. Alright, and check center of thrust, center of that, okay, we don't need center of thrust anymore. Aerodynamics, put this on. This makes it a little bit easier for us to not die.
Put the center of
Thrust or the center of aerodynamics with the center of mass. It makes it a little bit less finicky. Not by a lot, but a little bit. And we adjust that to 25, and everything else should be okay. So we're going to go launch.
Add a sciencey thing.
Did I take off the sciencey thing? I might have taken off the sciencey thing. Let's go check. Oh, we still have a barometer. That's good enough. So, what that thing does, dear.
3, 2, 1.
Is there solid fuel jets?
Oh my god.
So they just give us a little bit more power.
Your poor Jebediah Kerbin.
So
Look at his face.
Crap.
What the fuck?
I decoupled them because they were starting to make things go badly.
Okay.
So we're gonna attempt here.
If we go as high up as possible.
Well, sort of. We're gonna try to get a decent orbit here. I have the nav ball here. Crap. No, that didn't work very well. I'm gonna need to do... We're gonna revert this. Revert to vehicle assembly. That was a bad. That went not good. So we're just gonna turn this into 4. That will go a little bit better. That will go a little bit better.
Let's try this again.
Let's check where our center of aerodynamics is. It's a little low, even with that weight being higher. Will that work even? That will just work. Well, I'm more worried about when we knock off the solid thrusters. Just keep in mind, those add weight. So once we knock those off, we're going to get things in different positions. 3.
You didn't take that into a...
2.
1.
1. Okay, Gabby's going to hit the button. Good thing we didn't accidentally both hit the same button at the same time, because that would have knocked off the side thrusters a little bit. T. Right, I forgot to hit that button. I knew there was a button that was important that I forgot to hit.
What's that do?
That activates SAS. I'm going to release them right now. So there's that little green dot on the thing, and we want those to line up as best as we can get them to. And that's gonna give us a really good rocket flight.
Keep
Hopefully.
it in the ball.
I'm trying. You'll notice our apoptosis is getting small, and there we go. Now we're extending it again.
Holy shit!
Well, gave us a lot more fuel than we had before.
You're leaving orbit.
We're trying.
You're leaving atmosphere.
We're trying. We're not quite there yet. We're still technically surface. Oh, we're not gonna get suborbital.
You're in orbit.
Oh, we did. Cool. All right, we're out of liquid fuel. Should we get rid of the heavy piece? Bye bye. And we can go.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that looks about right. That's what we want. So we come back here. Let's check out the barometer here. Arc pressure data. Okay. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. Yeah, we'll keep it at about 100. Meantime, we're back to 0. So actually, we want to turn off the SAS for a moment and turn back SAS on because, hey, look at that! It's super convenient. Did I keep a heat shield? I put a heat shield on. That's actually going to be super useful for our re-entry.
Jebediah Kerman isn't going to burn up on re-entry.
Hopefully.
How do you get that back when it's so far away?
Don't ask me. I'm not the rocket scientist.
You asked the rocket scientist
To go and get it back, I think.
look at that sound wave.
Yeah, I know, but look. Here's the real question. Are we gonna catch? Are we gonna catch?
You're going down in speed pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's true. This is the one thing I haven't gotten working with the code yet. Atmospheric re-entry is the one thing I can't get to work yet. Now, that being said, I've only been dicking around with it for the last 2 days, and I've been more concerned about...
And...
We have space to go. We're only at 2,000 meters.
You're good.
We should be.
There you go.
There we go, we
Catch
caught.
us at 1,000.
This time. Frick, that was terrifying.
So if you catch it at 5,500, and you're not over 300 meters per second, you're good.
Yeah.
And you
Well, the
slowly descend from 1,000 feet.
The issue that I've been having with my re-entry is that my rocket turns sideways and then goes nose first. So I don't have the friction to slow, to catch, for the thing to catch properly. So I have to figure out how to rotate for atmospheric re-entry properly. Which, there's probably a tutorial-y thingy out there for me to do, I just haven't read it yet. Also, I'm moving a thing because I realized I'm going to need my tutorials to write more advanced stuff if I'm writing more advanced stuff. Recover vessel!
Oh, so you don't go back automatically to the...
Nope, I recovered the vessel. We got enough science, I think. We got 80
24
science.
science.
No, we got
Straight
40 science off of the
A
atmospheric
pressure scan.
Yep. We got 630 some odd thousand money. So we go to R&D. We go, give me my ability to not suck, and give me bigger rocket shit. Let's take bigger rocket shit. All right. So this will be none of this. None of this will be this. Go away. We're going to start with that, and then we go to a command and control where we put this on. That's our computer. We put the big heat shield on it, which does... Ow, Gabby, your foot, thank you.
Not my foot, it's my leg.
Whatever. We put that on. That should be enough to get us into atmosphere. We're going to put on the Reliant. Right, is the Reliant or the swivel bigger? Well, you can tell by the thrust.
Reliant.
Thrust ASL is 205. Thrust ASL is 167. So it's the Reliant that's bigger. And then we're
It's not bigger, it's just more powerful.
It
It's not larger in any way. It's just got better in it.
Yeah, it's what I meant by it's bigger.
Yeah, but it, like, if you put them side by side, they're not bigger than each other, are they?
I don't believe so, no.
Make sure you put a heat shield on.
I already have. Alright, so that's going to be our basic rocket. Minimum pressure 0.25. So this code that we're going to write here isn't actually going to do everything for us. We're going to switch to the code view here. So we're going to start with a clear screen. That's just going to make it so that when we do our stuff, it does our stuff for us. We only see what we print from the moment we launch, save the thing. So this is going to be orbit.ks. So this is just going to get us to orbit. So we're going to... I'm going to write a launch function. I'm going to write that later. And the other function that we're going to write is we're going to get a staging logic. Our staging logic for this one is actually really, really easy. Oh, I forgot to put a decoupler on. Oops. So our staging logic for this is super easy. If we don't have fuel, stage. So that's a super easy test. Wait until ship liquid fuel is equal to 0. Stage. That's all we're going to do. That's literally all we have to do for this right now. And then launch is going to be its own function, so we write function launch. And so I'm going to actually go back to my trial KS and I'm going to copy this because I like this one. And then we're going to paste it in here. I'm going to go over it line by line real quick. Print starting launch, wait 1 second, from countdown at 5 until countdown is 0, set the countdown to be it minus 1. Print t minus countdown, wait a second, do that until the end. And then if has liquid, oh, that's going to have to be if ship liquid fuel is greater than 0. Actually, we want stage liquid fuel to be equal to 0. The difference between those two, for those of you who care, not Gabby, ship liquid fuel is the total liquid fuel that the ship can carry. There are things that can break up how much liquid fuel there are, like the decouplers. The stage's liquid fuel is just how much liquid fuel can be used in that stage. So we want the stage liquid fuel for determining staging. We want the ship liquid fuel for determining whether or not there is any liquid fuel, period. The only other thing we have to do is actually some logic before we start this. Set, what is it called? It's in link again. Steering to up. Steering to up, period. That should do it. That should be about all we need. We've got it, so we're going straight up. We're going to launch, which is going to give us a 5-second countdown. And then it's going to launch and tell us that we're lifting off. And then we're going to wait until we have no more fuel and eject the rest of our thing. And then it's going to hand the controls back to me so that I can land us safely. So we're going to go to launch. Gabby, do you want to launch it?
No.
Alright, so we're going to... There's 2 ways of opening the console. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to KSP. There you go. So there's 2 ways of opening the console. The one that I prefer is you go to the KOS thing and you open up a console. And we're going to make this a little bit bigger. Actually, we're going to make it, we're going to make it bigger for a moment. We go copy path from the 0 drive, which is the main drive, and we get whatever we called our file, which is orbit, right? We get orbit, and we move it to the same spot on this, and then we run orbit. I like running it. Oh, there's an issue. They don't like function launch. That's because I misspelled function. I'm typo fixing real quick. I'm not going to show you guys that. The reason I write this on one line is because I can up autocomplete. Cool, and now we're going to make this small again because we don't need to see too much from this. Lift off. There we go. So I'm not touching the controls. I can't prove that other than by Gabby seconding me. But she'll lie and tell you that I'm touching all of the things right now.
Oh, you can't hear any button clicking, can you?
Not over the rockets, you can't. Rockets are loud. So we're going up. Just straight up. I'm going to switch our view to the M. We can take a look at our poses here. It's not that great because we're just going straight up. Ideally, we do a minor adjustment here and there for things, but as it stands, we're doing pretty good. I'm going to bring us back to this view. Whew. Look at the fire, dear. Look at that fire.
It doesn't really look like fire.
And there we go.
Whoa.
And that's the program doing everything we asked it to.
Whoa. Are we in space?
We are in orbit, dear.
We're in space!
So we're going to go pretty high. And it's going to be pretty neat. So, yeah. I'm going to toggle back real quick to the code on you guys. So this is all very basic stuff. The only complicated bit here is that we've included a function, and that function is launch. I personally like to keep a lot of the KSP stuff locked away into functions. So my trial case, which I'm going to step over really quickly with you guys, is launch one stage solid fuel is equal to 0, and the stage's liquid fuel is 0, and the stage number is greater than 1, then we stage. The preserve keyword just keeps that when then check constant. Then I have another function, and we wait until the ascent finishes, and then we shoot at 5,000 feet. Alright. How does all of this work? Well, my favorite function is the ascend finishing one. I want to show you this one. So I'm going to scroll down. There's a bunch of functions that I've written. Ascend finishing. If the ship's vertical speed is greater than 1, we're not done ascending. But if we have, and the ship is above 80 feet, or 80 meters, then we're falling.
If it's below 80 meters, you're fucked.
If it's below 80 meters, and our vertical speed is not greater than 1. Actually, I should just change it to if it's greater than 0. Because if we've landed, our vertical speed isn't anything. But I liked the else if working here to cover up my other mistake earlier. But we'll go back to you guys seeing KSP real quick. Yep, we've flown up pretty high. Look at that.
We're in spacity space.
We are pretty damn high. We are at 177,000 meters.
And rising.
And rising. I think our apoptosis is 242,000 meters. So, I need to figure out a thing. Oh. Okay. And we're getting pretty high. Okay, so I think we're getting close to falling soon. I don't know for sure. I could have locked our controls out with the code until we started falling, which actually would have been a smarter way of doing it. But oh well. We're going to adjust slightly if we can. Okay.
That's not slightly.
I don't know what's going on.
You're still rising?
Yep. We haven't hit our max height yet.
Oh, there you go. You're slowing down. You're slowing down. You're slowing down by a lot.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit your max height soon.
Yep. Oh, so I'll show you the other way of opening the terminal. Just like that. So I could actually keep writing code in here if I wanted to. So like, if I wanted to stage, for example, I could write this. And instead of pressing space, I can actually write the code to do it for us.
You could write all of the code in there.
I could.
But you're not
I'm not going to because I'm not 100% comfortable with doing an atmospheric re-entry right now by code. But I have another ship in another save with a specific code written for that ship that brings it up just below orbit and drops it entirely by itself. I don't. I write the copy path run line and then I walk away. It is that proven. All right, we're starting to fall now, or we should be. No, we're not. We're still not falling yet. We haven't reached our apoptosis yet.
Or close.
We are. Do I have a science on it still? No, we didn't put a science on this. Okay. Well, oh well.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
There's a mod that I'm contemplating getting that basically makes it so that if you could get science, you do. And I'm contemplating grabbing it for later versions of when I'm doing this. But I believe there's a way of automatically activating science through the code.
Well, you automatically get science from retrieving the
Yes.
the vehicles, so...
Once they go high enough off, and at first. But we should be starting to fall. We should be on the other side of our resources, yeah.
Yeah, you're starting to speed up again. You are descending.
Uh-oh. We might not have physical control back. That would be bad if we don't. I can't control my rocket ship. Cool. We're gonna try powering down. That might help. Nope.
You gonna... Oh, this is going poorly. Can you... Oh, Jesus. Did you turn it back on?
Well. Oh, okay.
What?
So the code is still working, actually. Set steering to up has worked.
Oh, so you found a way to keep it upright.
That's not right, though. That's not what we want. We need it to come in at a slight angle. Otherwise, well, hopefully we don't see what will happen otherwise.
You're gonna see what's gonna happen otherwise. You know.
Probably.
Right?
Probably. If it works, I'm gonna be super surprised because this is almost the exact same code, word for word, that I had before.
Word for
the
bleeping
only
word.
difference is that in my trial and other codes that I've written, I actually have code that handles the parachute. Are you kidding me? Are you? You have to be kidding me. Because I've written this code. I have written this code.
Poor Kevin.
I could have just made it so that the parachute did the thing on itself.
Good job.
Well, we're gonna try that, actually.
Did the parachute break?
No, parachute's still fine.
Because you
could tell.
you launched it real high.
I did, but it's also not being activated very much. So it should be okay.
And it should...
We should catch. We're below
soon.
any real...
And there it is.
There we go. Yep.
Huzzah!
Did we adjust the episosis at all? Like, did I didn't
You
touch
didn't touch
anything.
it.
Did I?
You didn't touch it.
So we're going to go back to the code here, and we're going to see if maybe we can make it so that that does all of it on itself. Like, we don't have to touch anything. That would be amazing, right?
Yep.
So.
And do you blow up?
No, I meant
Nope, you
low
land
enough.
softly.
And it's low enough speeds. Okay, so we're going to try this again.
I'm gonna listen to a bitch song.
Okay, Gabby's going to listen to a song. We're going to try this again while Gabby's listening to a song. So we're going to use the same rocket. We're going to put it on the launch
I'm still
pad.
part of the thing. I just...
We're going to go back to the code for a minute. So, we've got our launch. We've got our stage. We're going to now put in to our check. Wait until ship. What's the velocity? It's ground velocity, I think. Vertical speed. Vertical speed is smaller than 1. And then we're going to wait until ship what's the one? Is it radar? Is less than 3,000. It's a actually going to use ship altitude. It's the one I typically use. So we're going to write the code again. We're going to copy path. And it's going to be 0, orbit. Run, orbit.
Let's see if this works.
If it does, I'm going to yell.
Oi! Change the Screen.
Oh, whoops. We've launched.
Dingus.
I'm a dingus. I just ran the command to get it to launch with that code that you just saw. So we're going to see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Do I have a science on here? I didn't even put a science on here. It's the exact same rocket we just flew. I forgot to stage it. We're going to revert our flight. Revert to launch. So, I'm going to go back to the code. And Gabby's going to yell at me before...
Stage.
There's another one from here that I want to steal. Ship status landed. Okay. So, can Gabby guess to what this does?
Are you gonna make it so that it does the entire thing that we just did, including recalling the ship?
It doesn't do the recovery. That we have to do by hand still. That's one button click. But, can Gabby step through the code?
No.
Okay. So, we're going to start by clearing the screen. Could you guess that one?
Oh.
Could you guess that one?
Yes!
Then we're going to tell it to point up.
Love.
Too bad, I'm stepping through it. Then we're going to launch, which does its own stuff.
Do not treat me or our viewers like children.
Fair.
Even children deserve to be treated better than children.
You're not wrong. Okay. So, clear screen, set steering to up, which just makes it so the rocket's going to constantly point up. Launch, which we have written and I ran over last time. Wait until the liquid fuel is empty, then we're going to stage, which is going to kick off the extra weight. We're going to wait until our vertical speed is less than 1, which will only happen when we start to fall back down. Then we're going to wait until our altitude is below 3,000. Then we're going to deploy the parachute. And then again, before we will be let to control anything, we have to successfully land. So the entire thing runs without me being able to actually touch any of the controls.
Well, we couldn't touch any of the controls before, could we?
Sort of-ish, it looked like, potentially. So we've got liftoff, and it's doing its thing.
Oh, did we tell them how running... Oh, we did. We did tell them how running at faster than normal speeds affects the
physics still.
The physics still.
So, we're flying.
Did you want to speed this up in post?
Sure.
This launchy part?
Well, we'll speed it up until we get to, like, ejecting.
Yeah. Because this takes a bit.
It does. Fire! Hey, we're entering the atmosphere.
Carbons don't exactly seem... They seem as smart as minions.
A little smarter.
So...
They built rocket ships.
They don't seem like the kind of creatures who would think about putting heat shields on their rockets. And yet they did.
Yeah. They're rocket scientists. Alright, so we've gotten to this point. I'm going to check our apoptosis.
Don't fuck with it.
I'm not fucking with it. I literally don't have control. This is still running. Until program ended, I don't have the ability to do anything.
You're falling already.
No, we're not.
You're
We're
going slow. You're slowing down.
We might be slowing down. Well, yeah, because we still are affected by other forces. So I'm just keeping us a little bit faster to get us over our hump. So we're getting up there. So we should notice... I didn't put any print checks in here. Oops, I should have. To double check that we're going to maintain the right and everything. So we may or may not have gotten our next check. For those of you who have good coding practices, anytime you're doing anything new, like I was doing there, you should have print calls after anything that might potentially be wrong. Like, you know, that wait until function. I should also have one that plays after we activate our parachute, and then one more time after we land, just being a good job, you landed print. And I might adjust that after this and show it off real quick.
Well, that's good.
Oh. We're flying down.
One of
probably.
my classmates has been accepted to OCAD
Oh,
in
is
Toronto.
it the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's waiting for NASCAD to get back to her.
NASCAD?
NASCAD is the super fancy art college on
Okay.
the eastern side of the country.
Okay.
Over in New Brunswick.
Got it.
Or Nova Scotia.
Got
Over
it.
in Nova Scotia. It's like Emily Carr, but Emily Carr's in BC.
Yeah. So that worked.
So far.
I don't know why. No, that worked. We got through the atmosphere. That's where I've crashed every other time. It's been in the atmosphere. So, yeah, that's a thing. We'll be fine. It should parachute right here. Oh. It didn't like the equal sign.
No.
We're still good. We're just making it. Cool. Ah, okay. Is equal to the string of landed. Cool. Alright. So we managed to automate a rocket going into orbit and coming back down. So that's a thing.
Huzzah!
Congrats to all of you who, budding space engineers who learned a bunch of stuff today. All two of you.
We shall leave it at that today.
Yes. We hope you enjoyed the jumping back and forth. And if you did, let us know so that we can try more of it.
GIF.
And do some more of this kind of stuff where we do multiple screens.
I think it works really well for this game, especially since you're doing the coding.
Yeah.
So long as you remember to switch back.
Until next time.
Why?